If you have ever wanted to make your own remote-controlled robot using Spike Prime, then this video is for you. Today, we will look at how to use a PlayStation or Xbox controller to drive your robot creations. G'day, I'm Mr. Code, and I've been coaching students to local, national, and international robotics competitions since 2017. Now, there are a few ways to connect, and today I'm going to show you the MINDSTORMS solution. What you will need is a LEGO Spike Prime or MINDSTORMS Robot Inventor hub, a computer running the MINDSTORMS Robot Inventor software, and a genuine wired or wireless Xbox or PlayStation controller. Now, I spent a lot of time making robotics videos just like these, so if you find it useful or helpful, then please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. It is your support that lets me continue to make STEM videos, so I thank you in advance. If you're using a MINDSTORMS Robot Inventor hub that is already running MINDSTORMS projects, you can skip the next step. But if you're using Spike Prime, you'll need to load it with the MINDSTORMS firmware by connecting it to the MINDSTORMS app. Turn on your Spike hub and check the center button to see if it is white or green. If it is white, then you are using the older version of Spike and you can simply connect it with MINDSTORMS to automatically load it with the MINDSTORMS firmware. If it is green, then you'll need to follow my Spike downgrading tutorial up over here first before connecting with MINDSTORMS. Open up the MINDSTORMS Robot Inventor app and connect your Spike hub. It will automatically show this message, so follow the steps to load up the MINDSTORMS firmware. You can check to see if your hub is updated and connected successfully by moving it around and looking at the gyro values in the device screen in the top corner. Next, you can connect your Xbox or PlayStation controller to your computer. If you're using a wireless controller, you will need to connect it via Bluetooth. If you have successfully connected, then you will see this controller icon with a green dot. The way this connection works is that the computer acts as the bridge that connects the controller to the hub. The computer needs to be turned on and running the Robot Inventor app, and you cannot connect the robot directly from the controller. Now, before we jump into the code, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, More Educational. Ever since Creator Academy started making LEGO education videos, we have been greatly supported by the experts at More Educational. They are an authorized partner of LEGO Education with over 27 years experience working with LEGO education products. So if you're in Australia and you want to buy genuine LEGO education products like the ones shown in this video, then make sure you visit the More Educational website. All right, let's jump into the code. Once you've opened up the MINDSTORMS software, you click on Projects down the bottom here, and then you click on this plus sign up the top right to create a new project. Call it MINDSTORMS Controller, and make it a Word Blocks project. Click on Create over here. Now, if you have already connected your hub, it should automatically connect the first time you run the project, but if not, then you can use the buttons up the top here to connect your hub. The next thing we got to do is change our download mode to streaming mode. So down the bottom right, that is being covered by my picture. Hold on for a second. I'm just going to close myself for a second. So down the bottom right, there is a number 0 here. This is your download project number. You click on that and then you change the radio button to streaming. Now, streaming is important because this is the only way that the controller will work, because it uses your computer as a bridge to live report the button presses in your controller to your robot. Make sure it's set to streaming, and then we can follow on with our coding. Next thing is we're going to open up a forever loop. In this forever loop, we're going to run a tank movement block. To get tank movements, we go down to the bottom left, and then we click on more movement. Make sure it's the on the on button switch. And then we go to more motors, and then we drag in a start moving at 50/50 power block. We also need to go into our movement blocks up the top here to set our movement motors. So the first letter is the port number of your left motor, and the second letter is the port of your right motor. I'm going to use the advanced driving base right now, and it's built with the left motor at A and the right motor at E. So I'm setting the movement motors to A and E. Start moving at 50% power. I'm going to change that to be using my controller. So click on the extensions again and make sure you have activated your Xbox or PlayStation controller, whichever one you're using. I'm going to use my PlayStation DualShock controller today, but it will work with your Xbox controller, okay? So on the left-hand side, we go down to our controllers, and then we're going to set the movement to be my left stick Y-axis. So I want to make it so that the up and down stick of my left thumbstick, the up and down motion of my left thumbstick is going to control the forward and backwards motion. So I drag that in to both the left and right power. Okay. Now, when I turn towards the right, we need to increase the left side by our right stick's thumbstick. So right stick's X position. So we're going to drag in one of these again. This time it's going to be my right stick's X axis, but then the left wheel is going to increase by this distance while the right wheel will decrease by this distance. So I add a addition block, and this is going to be for my left wheel, and I duplicate that. Oh, actually I don't duplicate that. And then I drag in a subtraction block, drag in the right position, the right stick's X position. And then for my left wheel, we're going to add the right stick position. For my right wheel, I'm going to decrease my right stick's position. So here, I'll click on this like that, and then drag it back up onto the right power. And then here on the left one, I drag that here, and then I replace the left power. So when I zoom out, this is what it looks like. I know it's a little bit small, but what I'll do is I'll put them next to each other like this so you can get a clearer view of what it looks like. So my left stick Y position is going to make both the wheels move forward and backwards, but then my right stick's X position will make my robot turn, because my left stick is going to increase by my right stick's X position, while my right wheel is going to be decreasing by my right stick's X position. Okay? So once you've got all that done, drag that into that block, and then you press play to see if it works. So I'm going to get my controller over here, and then you can see the right stick is controlling the turning, and then my left stick is controlling the forward and backwards motion. So this time I'm using a wireless Xbox controller. I've connected it to my Surface laptop, and my robot is connected as well. Once you've connected your Spike Hub to a controller, you are ready to participate in the RECF robotics competition. ASTEM is the international partner for RECF competitions in Australia, and our mission is to deliver robotics competitions with integrity, fairness, and education at its centre. Through our partnership with the REC Foundation, we support students, schools, coaches, and volunteers as they take part in world-class drone and robotics competitions. To start your team's journey to the World Championships, the first step is to register your team. So be sure to sign up at recfevents.org. That's it from me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.